Okay, guys, because the time for cast building has enough, I will give time for moderator. Ajrika Putri, please lead this debate. The time is yours.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Today we will have a debate between Team A as the pro team and Team B as the contra team. Besides that, let me introduce you to our team keeper, Kansa Farama Satara, uh, our Netherlands, safety for opposition team, and with V for contra team, and me, Angelica Putri Larasati, as your moderator. And ladies and gentlemen, before we start our debate today, let me introduce you to the each team. On my right side, we have the pro team, and they have Rocky, Dian, Jessica, Nandini, and Vitvi. On my right side, the opposition team, they have Chakra, Erlina, Marcelina, and Septi. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to show you about today's motion. Today we have rock and roll as the best music as today motion. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start our debate. So, its team has finished up their building and now they are ready to debate. So, I'll call the first speaker from the government team to deliver the opinions. For the first speaker of the affirmative team, this time is yours.
Thank you for the time the moderator gave to me as a speaker one from the government team. Let me introduce my team first. My name is Diana Yuni Kartikoni from the government team as a speaker one. And the speaker two is Jessica Chandra Faradia. And she will tell about the reason and benefit why rock and roll are the best music. And the third speaker is Nandini Eka Yulianti as a speaker three, and she will tell about the cultural impact of rock and roll uh, in the best music. And from the first, me as a speaker one will define of the key term today, and the key term I choose is rock and roll music and the best music. Before we go too far, let me tell you first about what the definition of the rock and roll. Rock and roll is a style of popular music that originated in the United States in the 1950s. It is characterized by a persistent, heavily accented beat, repetition of simple praise, and often incorporates elements of country, folk, and blues music. The term rock and roll was popularized by disc jockey Alan Freed in 1950 to describe the fusion of rhythm and blues and country music that he played on his radio show. Over time, rock and roll evolved into a more encompassing international style known as rock music. Though the term rock and roll is still used in many cycles. In its earliest form, rock and roll typically featured the piano or saxophone as the lead instrumental, which were later replaced or supplemented by the guitar in the mid to late 1950s. The beat of rock and roll in a dance rhythm with an accentuated backbeat, often provided by a snare drum. Classic rock and roll is usually played with one or two electric guitars, one lead and one rhythm, and a double bass with electric bass, guitar, and drum kits become popular in later years. Rock and roll is genre of popular music characterized by a persistent repetition of simple phrase and a fusion of various musical elements. It emerged in the 1950s and has had a significant cultural impact, influencing fashion, attitudes, and social change. The term rock and roll can also be used metaphorically to describe a daring and exciting attitude or behavior. And the second definition is the best music. What is the best music for everyone? I think anyone gonna have their definition, but here I will tell it can vary depending on individual preference, of course, cultural context, and personal experience. What one person consider the best music may differ from others' person perspective. Music is a form of an artistic expression that can evoke emotion, convey message, and provide enjoyment. It encompasses a wide range of genres, style, and culture influence. And here, the government team will tell you why the rock and roll are the best music in our opinion. So that's what I can say, and thank you.
Well, thanks for the first speaker of the pro team. Next, I'll call the first speaker of the opposition team to deliver the opinion. Time is yours.
Okay, I am speaker one of the opposition team. Would like to introduce the member of today's debate. Speaker one, there is me. Speaker two, there is Erlina. Speaker three, that is Marcel, and reply speed is FT. This morning, debate with the motion rock and roll is the best music. I will refute the statement of speaker one of the government team. Well, rock and roll undeniably hold a significant place in the music industry's history, claiming it as absolute best music overlooked the rich tapestry of genres that have contributed to the musical landscape. Music is a deeply personal experience, and what may resonate with one person may not necessarily resonate with another. Moreover, the definition of best in music is subjective and varies based on individual preference, culture influence, and personal experience. Classical jazz, hip hop, electronic, and countless other genres have made profound impact and brought joy to listeners worldwide. In celebrating music diversity, we recognize that different genres speak to different emotions, moments, and communities. By embracing this variety, we appreciate the vast array of human experience through music, making it difficult to definitely say that one genre, including rock and roll, stand above all other. Thank you.
Well, that's the first argument from the opposite team. What do you think about the motion? To the second of affirmative team, time is yours.
Good afternoon, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is the music is rock and roll is the best. We as affirmative team believe that this statement is true, but the opposition team say that rock is bad for us. In this occasion, I want to tell why rock and roll is the best and benefit from the rock and roll music. Rock and roll has long a storied history as being catalyst for social cultural change. It has been used to challenge the status quo, to give voice to marginalized groups, and to inspire people to stand up for what they believe in. Some of the most famous examples of the rock element's cultural impact include: first, the civil rights movement in the 1960s, when the songs like Walls Shall Overcome and Blowing in the Wind became the anthems of the movement. The anti-war movement of the 60s and 90s is when songs like Fortunate Sons Are Born in the USA spoke out against the Vietnam War. The LGBTQ rights movement of the 15 and 90s. And then I want to tell some benefit. For the first is rock and roll music is that touches the soul. When you really listen and feel the music, rock and roll often strike off a chord within that resonate with our heart, mind, and spirit. Nothing touch the souls quite the like rock and roll because it expresses at time what we cannot express ourselves. Music can also provide a major distractions, which help us forget our trials and tribulations for a moment and take us to another place. Perhaps it reminds you of a pleasant memory or give you hope and courage to press on careers and infections groove, but rock and roll conveys profound emotion and meaning. Words and lyrics are combined within instrument and melodies to create something special, something one of a kind. And rock music is beautiful and emotionally and has the potential to speak to you if you are willing to listen. The second reason that I want to tell you is rock and roll that help boost brain activity. When you are rocking to a great song to our limbic system, which is the super long-term memory, emotion, and behavior is rocking. And within us, the happy hormones we get for the listening to our favorite music can impact our brain's motivation. Have found that listening to all types music, including rock music, is effective in improving cognitive and motor skills that we can have. The special temporal learning and neurogenesis, which is the brain's ability to produce neurons. Some neuroscientists have even report that people with neurodegenerative disease such as Alzheimer and Parkinson's respond positively to the music. Rock and roll is good for brain and health. Also, rock and roll music and are the stress relief. Rock and roll music has been found to have a positive effect on the stress level. Studies and have shown that listening to upbeat music can lower cortisol levels, a hormone associated with the stress. This can help to improve our own mood and reducing feelings of anxiety and other feeling sickness. Improved cardiovascular health. Research has also found that listening to rock and roll music can improve cardiovascular health. This fast tempo and strong beats of the music can cause an increase in heart rate, which can lead to an improvement to cardiovascular fitness. And this last reason why rock and roll is good for our health is increased motivation. The upbeat and the energetic natures of rock and roll music can make it great choice for working or other activities that require motivation. The music can help to boost energy levels and make it easier to stay focused on the task at the hand. So this is all I can tell you, and thank you.
Saya jawab, Menteri.
Okay. Tekan di mana? Well, thanks for the second speaker for the affirmative team. Next, I call the second speaker from opposite team to give the rebuttal for the second argument of affirmative teams. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you. First, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges and fellow music lovers, I rise today to oppose the motion that rock and roll is the best music. From some of what the government team said, I disagree, because there is no denying the profound impact of rock and roll on the cultural and musical landscape. To claim it as the best music is to disaggregate the richness and diversity of other genres that have equally contributed to the world of music. First and foremost, it is crucial to recognize that the concept of best music is inherently subjective. Music, like all art forms, is deeply personal and its value is inherently tied to individual experiences and preferences. What might resonate deeply with one person may not have the same effect on another. To proclaim that rock and roll as the best music overlook the vast array of genres that hold equal merit and emotional resonance for countless individuals around the world. Furthermore, the notion that rock and roll is the best music fails to acknowledge the incredible breadth and depth of musical expression found in other genres, from the intricate harmonies of classical music to the soul-stirring melodies of jazz, from the storytelling prowess of folk music to the rhythm complexity of hip hop. Each genre brings its own unique qualities and emotional depth. To elevate rock and roll above all other genres is to discount the value and significance of this diverse form of musical expression. Additionally, it is important to consider the evolution of music over time. While rock and roll undoubtedly made a profound impact on the music industry, it is essential to recognize that music is an ever-evolving art form. Genres such as electronic dance music, R&B, and rap have emerged as powerful and influential forces in contemporary music, pushing the boundaries of creativity and resonating with audiences around the globe. To, to so champion rock and roll as the best music ways, overlooking the remarkable innovation and contribution of newer genres that have regenerated the musical landscape. Moreover, the claim that rock and roll is the best music to address the inherent cultural biases and power dynamic that have historically shaped the perfection of different genres. Originating from non-Western cultures, such as traditional Indian classic musical, African drumming, or South American folk music, holds deep cultural and spiritual significance for millions of people worldwide. By centering the discussion by centering the discussion solely on rock and roll, we risk marginalizing the rich musical tradition of diverse global communities. The very essence of music lies in its ability to evoke emotion, inspire creativity, and foster connection between individuals. To bestow the title of best upon one genre while disregarding the impact and significance of other undermine the fundamental principle of music diversity and inclusivity. Music is a universal language that transcends cultural, linguistic, and geographical boundaries, and to limit its brand to deep to one genre is to diminish the power of music as whole. While rock and roll has undoubtedly left an indelible mark on the music industry and popular culture, to claim it as the best music is to overlook the rich diversity of music genres that hold equal merit and significance. Rock and roll, while it has a rich history and has influenced many other genres, it is not the only genre that has done so. Other genres such as jazz and classical music have also influenced other genres. Furthermore, rock and roll was as an outlet for adolescent yearning and it is not suitable for all ages. The theme of rebellion against authority present in many rock and roll songs appeal to teens, but it is not a positive influence on society. Rock and roll is not the only genre that celebrates themes such as young love and freedom from the oppression of middle class society. Rock and roll is not the only genre that has song-based music with time signature using a first chorus form. Other genres such as pop and country also have this structure. Rock and roll is not the only genre that has protest songs. Other genres such as folk and hip hop also have protest songs. While rock and roll has a rich history and has influenced many other genres, it is not the best music genre. Other genres such as jazz and classical music have also influenced other genres. Other genres such as pop, hip hop, and country also celebrate themes such as young love and freedom from the oppression of middle class of society. Other genres such as metal and blues also use the electric guitar as the main instrument. Other genres such as jazz and classical music also have group of musicians performing and quartet whose member cover one or more roles. Other genres such as jazz and classical music also have a diverse range of styles and key people who have contributed to their development. Okay, thank you. That's all for my speech.
Okay, thank you for the second speaker of the opposite team. That's a good opinion. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, next I will call the third speaker of affirmative team to deliver the conclusion. Time is yours.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll music has a broad influence on various aspects of life, culture, and health. Some significant impact of rock and roll music include: first, influence on lifestyle and culture. Rock and roll Rock and roll music has influenced lifestyle, fashion, language, and culture in extensively. This influence is evident in changes in clothing styles, attitudes, and artistic expression is inspired by rock and roll music. Second, impact on health. Listening to rock and roll music can have health benefits such as improving brain function, providing emotional release, and affecting the neuro neuroendocrine system in the body. Third, social influence. Rock and roll music has become an integral part of popular culture and has influenced the social culture and psychological condition of society, bringing about change in human life structures. Fourth, political influence. Rock and roll music has also been influenced by policies reflecting to relationship between music and political policies at certain times. Just rock and roll music not only has an impact within the real the realm of music itself, but also in various aspects of life, culture, health, and politics. Thank you.
Well, that's the conclusion of the affirmative team. Next, I'll call the third speaker of the opposite team to deliver the conclusion. Time is yours.
always to its for there is music.
Why?
That the musician often the of some that sometimes to people perspective the urban situation when to live to have and
Sorry, Marcelina, your voice is breaking up. I can hear your voice.
condition songs message to go against the social the social norms or to the message it's surprising that in that are not when of musician play at concert. Acceptable for the kids, which is not of the major music.
I'm sorry for Marcel. Ya, sinyalnya putus-putus. Well, that's the conclusion of opposite team. And then for the reply speaker of the affirmative team, them is yours. Them is yours, guys. With V.
I'm sorry, I think the reply speaker is from the opposite team first.
Sorry, who's next? Moderator, opposition, or government?
Opposition, please.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. There are many bad effects of rock and roll music, such as damaging hearing due to its very high intonation and dance moves that can cause injury when overdoing it. For example, one bad effect of metal music is the headbang movement. Handbang is done by moving the head down and up or rotating with the tempo of the metal music being played. Headbang can increase the risk of neck injury. In conclusion, while rock and roll has undoubtedly left an indelible mark on the music industry and popular culture, to claim it as the best music is to overlook the rich tapestry of musical genre that hold equal merit and significance. Let us celebrate the diversity and multiplicity of music and recognize that each genre contributes to the rich mosaic of human expression, and the tune is not suitable for the ears. It is noisy, which is one of the main factors why teenagers don't like rock music. Also like pop music, especially K-pop. Okay, thank you.
All right. That's the reply for the opposite team. And then reply for the affirmative team. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Rock and roll has made a significant impact on music industry and popular culture. It has been celebrated for this ability to touch the soul and convey profound emotion and meaning through this infection, growth and unique blend, words, lyrics, instrument, and melodies. This genre originated in the United States during the late 1914s and early 1915s, evolving from African American music such as jazz, rhythm and blues, gospel, and country. Rock and roll polarizing influence on lifestyle, fashion, and attitudes, and language has been widely in various forms of media. Additionally, rock and roll has been created with having positive influence in the civil rights movement. It was enjoyed by both Black American and white American teenagers. Genre rock and roll combined with other genres in music. In 1916, there was a blending of music genre with rock and roll music. This demonstrates the rock and roll music has flexibility and to collaborate with other music genres such as jazz, blues, pop, and more. Therefore, the merging of rock and roll genre with other music has been occurred in history of music, showing that rock and roll can be adapt and collaborate with other genres to create variety and innovation in music. The example of this case is Elvis Presley, Freddie Mercury from the Queen band, and the Beatles, and there are more examples for this. They are music pioneers who inspire all genres in music that current era. The legendary influence of rock and roll music from the old era is still felt today. Rock and roll provide strong foundation for the development of popular music genre. This influence can be seen in various subgenres such as hard rock, heavy metal, and punk. Furthermore, rock and roll has an impact in popular culture, lifestyle, and musical identity from generation to generation. The pervasive influence rock and roll from the old era continues to resonate in the contemporary music and popular culture. Thank you. Okay, from that motion, I would like to say that I'm still in that motion that rock and roll is the best music.
Okay, I thank you for your reply. And now I will deliver the conclusion of debate today. In conclusion, the debate on whether rock and roll is the best music genre has highlighted diverse perspective and valuable insight. The proposition has eloquently argued for the genre's unparalleled influence, rich history, and its ability to transcend generational boundaries. The opposition, however, has raised valid points about the subjective nature of musical preference and the unique qualities of other genres. While rock and roll undeniably holds a special place in the cultural landscape, it is essential to recognize the beauty and significance of various musical genres as contributing distinct elements to the world of music. Ultimately, the best music genre is a subjective judgment shaped by individuals, tastes, cultural backgrounds, and personal experience. As music continues to evolve, the debate prompts reflection on the vast and ever-expanding world of musical expression, acknowledging the diversity that encourages our collective experience. Rather than asserting the superiority of one genre, the discourse encourages an appreciation for the multifaceted tapestry of musical genres that collectively shape the soundtracks of our lives. Okay, then the conclusion, I will do. Sorry. For the time, first government speak 3 minutes 54 second, and first opposition speaker 1 minute 42 second, and second government speaker 4 minutes 14 second, second opposite speaker 6 minutes 50 second, 15 second, and that's government speaker 2 minutes and 1 second. Third opposite speaker 2 minutes and 47 seconds. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here I'm asked the moderator will do. I think that's conclusion of debate today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all our debate today. Thanks for your attention and see you. I give time for the host.
Okay, thank you for the moderator, Angelica Putri. Okay, guys, today's debate has gone smoothly. Please, for the audience, give feedback and comment for both of team, from the government team and the opposition team. Please raise your hand. Okay, no one? Okay, I will closing our debate today. Thank you so much for your pay attention. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Give applause for our debater
Yay.
today.
Yeah.
See you guys.